You are now listening to Sentinel Soundbytes.
So we are live.
All right. Hello and welcome back to the Sentinel Soundbytes podcast. We are joined today with School President Matt Massey, School CTO Mr. Chase Golden. Appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down with us. I'm going to turn this over to you guys pretty quickly, and hopefully y'all can carry this conversation. There's been, I guess, some tours. I've heard rumblings of, and maybe people in our community have heard the words research center start to be tossed around here at ASCTE. And I don't care which one ever you guys want to take this.
I'll jump in there.
Start us off with, first off, what the heck is a research center? Why are we talking about it here?
So one of the things that we do here is we embrace student learning and in emerging fields and careers that don't even exist yet. And there's a lot of research that goes into that and digging in on what's the best way to teach and learn, or what are the new fields that are happening. And it's also a way that a lot of universities use their research centers, research institutes to partner with whether it's nonprofits or companies or government and that type of thing. And we have a lot of those relationships already in place, and we really just needed a vehicle to establish to kind of solidify those efforts rather than kind of one-off, hey, this is a cool thing to partner with for the school. This is a cool thing to partner with. And we were kind of getting, I would say, almost inundated with potential things to chase. And we really needed a strategy of what we were taking on to make sure we didn't overreach. And went to our board of trustees, and we talked about this at length and kind of had a steering committee for us as well. And our board is over half of our board. It comes from higher education. They get the research aspect to university. And so they're like, hey, this is an effort that we can undertake. It's a good fit for the school. So in April of 2025, the board approved the ASCTE Research Institute. And then we had a team to kind of guide us to kind of focus on certain areas. And I'll let Chase talk a little bit about that. But it was really a way to some of the things we're already sort of doing, but also a way to kind of strategically move forward. The board established a new vision in that same meeting of being a global leader in cyber education. And so it's how do you do that? And first you have to dig in. You have to lean into the new fields that are, in this quickly emerging technology age that we're in, and make sure our students are in the best position to move forward. And this is going to be an asset for the state of Alabama as we partner with universities and for the whole nation, and really to have a global impact. So Chase can talk a little bit more about maybe some of the focus areas and kind of what some of these outcomes could be.
Yeah, so just two key focus points there. This Research Institute, or this endeavor that we're taking on, really takes our mission as a school and enhances it and then extends it. So we're charged to innovate and then collaborate at scale across the state. So there'll be two key focus areas there. So it's the ASCTE Research Institute and Alabama Center of Excellence. So you can think about the Research Institute proper. It's comprised of 4 labs or 4 research capabilities, right? They're aligned to our mission statement. So Cyber Test Center, AI Innovation Center, Systems Integration Center, and Engineering Lifecycle Center. So that's going to cover everything that we're somewhat qualified to teach or research in. The Center of Excellence footnote there is how we're going to share that research and what we learn with the state. And so you're taking our Excel program, our Alabama Cyber Range program, and you're rolling those up and you're saying, hey, what do we do for educators and students statewide? Well, that's curriculum design, that's outreach and engagement, and that's professional development. And then at the same time, we're serving through the Alabama Cyber Range the students in the K-12 organizations of the state.
Beautiful. Well, I appreciate both you guys sharing that. And I want to touch through a few things. One, Mr. Massey, could you talk to us about the kind of timeline for this now that we're sitting here talking about it and it's coming to life, like what that looks like on a timeline?
Yeah, early on, it really is solidified a strategic effort, I would say, that uses the capital that we have, both with our instructors and our students. And some of this happens through internships. Some of it may happen through our capstone projects. Some of it through electives that we're teaching. Some through MOUs that we have with other agencies. But it quickly kind of turned into a physical center for this. So we approved a capital plan. We worked with the foundation on this to actually build a research institute home, which will be a separate building, and use it as a space to also kind of have a dual role is also to add additional housing for our dorms. So we're going to add about 85 more dorms, and so it's going to kind of be, separate entryways and that type of thing. But it's also going to increase the capacity of the school. But it's going to be a really cool way to basically show everyone in the world, as we get so many visitors that come everywhere, that we are on the innovation front, and we're here to solve problems. There's problems that people come to us like, hey, we're facing this. How can we tackle this? And we think we have the talent, the expertise, and the collaboration we're almost like a lab school. Anyway, our students come in, we have a core areas that they learn in math and science, social studies, language, cyber, and engineering. They take those core and then they specialize in certain other fields. And so some of those innovative things is what we can kind of dive into. But also on the academic side, it can be of how students learn. We do middle school camps, and what is the most effective way to teach STEM and engineering or cyber or computer science to middle school kids, or if it's developing curriculum for the state of Alabama that we currently have a collaboration with them on. We're writing the curriculum for artificial intelligence that's in the state course of study, and we're piloting out this year in Hartselle and in Sylacauga, and we're going to be rolling out to a couple dozen schools next year. So, I mean, it can be just so wide-reaching, but it's kind of cool to have that tag, that effort of like, hey, we aren't just doing school here. We're leaning into the future, and that's kind of what encapsulate this. It's still going to be part of this, and under the umbrella of the school. It's on the website, under the research centers under the school website. But it's definitely going to be an intentional effort that goes beyond just the traditional classes. Our seniors, and everybody may not know this, but all of our seniors have to do a working internship experience, and they also have to build a capstone project that they have to defend, and in front of a panel, and they collaborate with industry experts on that. And so that capstone effort will happen also in that Research Institute center that will open in, I think, 2027 is what we're looking at on the fall of that. So that is, kind of how we take something and then we even expand it to the larger mission of the school. It's going to let us house more kids from all over the state, and kind of like showing it's not separate from what the school's mission is. So somehow kind of combining that into what is a dormitory kind of goes. This isn't something totally separate. It's really embedded in what the mission and vision of the school is.
Love it. Well, Mr. Golden, I'm going to ask you, that feels like a good place to end, but I want to ask you is this kind of puts a lot of things that you deal with under one umbrella. What is, as you developed this, is something that really excited you kind of personally about bringing this Research Institute to life and being able to offer this both strategically to the state or just to our stakeholders?
Yeah, so probably one of the most unique things about the school is its relationship with the workforce, and its finger on the pulse of workforce requirements. So public-private partnerships and everything we brand, everything we talk about, this is the next step or the evolution of that. I see this, as students are doing that senior year capstone, which is already very research-based, research-oriented, taking those internal research and development requirements, whether that's basic research or applied research that our partners and our stakeholders need and are looking at, and looking at how we can align that with what the students are doing, so that when a student leaves here and goes on, they've got 4 years of cutting-edge instruction, they have got an internship in industry, and then they've got that experience working in a research center coming out the door.
Beautiful. Well, gentlemen, anything I leave on the table talking Research Center today?
That was good stuff. There's more to come. Stay in tune to what's happening, and if you want to partner, that's another way for our partners really to engage with us and to be on the forefront of what's coming in the future.
Perfect. Well, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for listening in. Feel free to go back through the whole catalog of episodes, hear all the things that are happening here at ASCTE, learn more about the people that are doing them, and we will look forward to talking to you soon.
So we are live. All right.